Well, if you didn't hear it, the Wonderland Pinball Kickstarter was fully funded in 2 minutes.
As their Kickstarter was fully funded in less than 2 minutes.
Stay on Kickstarter has been fully funded, and fully funded in a very big way.
Oh my God, stop the presses, stop everything. They got $100,000 in 2 minutes, $100,000. Oh my gosh. What? Yeah, wow. Maybe they can buy a couple dozen eggs now with that money. Big deal. They got $100,000 in 2 minutes. All the shills out there kissing butt, thinking it's the greatest thing since sliced bread, that they made their goal in a couple minutes. But hey, what have you done for me lately? That's what this is about. Let's take a look at the Kickstarter. Currently, they're at 560 backers and $571,000. Guys, this has only been tracking a couple backers a day. And I think by the time this ends in early April, they won't even have 600 backers to this thing. Now, is it good news that they got 100 backers to make the, minimum and the fully funded amount? Sure it is, because now, supposedly this means or somewhat guarantees that they're going to make the product and get it out to you. But if you watch this video from Pulowski's Pinball, I'll leave a link in the description, kind of stealing a little bit of his thunder here, but I agree with the sentiments that he said, which is basically you can't make any money with $571,000 and selling these pinballs at $800 each, with all the expenses that accumulate over time. Not to mention you have 5 executives on the board, you have travel expenses and prototype expenses and R&D and advertising. There is no money to be made from this. So I don't know if at some point the Wonderland Pinball people just sit back and say, uh-oh, we made a mistake. And I'll go over a couple of the mistakes that they made already that I think are going to hurt them in the long run. But at some point, I feel like they look back and go, we really screwed up here. The goal is to make money. The goal of doing this type of project is to make money. Now you can say this is a project of theirs, a love of the game type project, and they're not making money on the first run, but they're hoping to do other runs. Well, I'm telling you right now, with 560 units being made, there isn't going to be a second one at this rate, because the second one ain't going to make any money. And when you raise the price to try and make money, less people are going to buy it. And you haven't talked about getting IPs that people like. You're still right now with a Wonderland kind of theme that isn't really the greatest. You also have problems that they haven't really addressed yet, such as tilt and basically nudging. They're talking about using an accelerometer for the nudge, which nobody really asked until now. And there's this idea that they're going to use an accelerometer. I don't know how that would work with real pinball, because usually these types of accelerometers are used in digital pinball. So I'm not really sure how that would work. That's an added expense that I don't think they engineered in yet or thought about. And trust me when I say, in any type of pinball, the nudge is super important. Now, before we get to this email, this scary email that they sent out, or this odd email that they sent out to customers, there's one other thing I want to address that I think is going to be an issue. And that is what they estimated for shipping. They estimated $50 or charged $50 for shipping, but if you live in Canada, it's a little more. But when somebody asked, what is the weight of this item when it ships, they said approximately 120 pounds. Now, there is no way you're shipping anything anywhere in the United States that's 120 pounds for $50. So when you look at the dimensions and the weight of this is well over $100 when you use, let's call it small parcel, shipping or some sort of LTL shipping. But at some point you got to get it to the destination, which is somebody's house. That's going to cost anywhere between $100 and $250 with that weight. So now you're cutting into their profits again with this, I'm going to call it a mishap of their shipping expenses, which is really going to dip into their profits again. So again, with the Pulowski pinball theme, there's no money to be made from what these guys are doing. So how are they going to do more when they can't even make money on the beginning one? I know sometimes for starters, you don't make a lot of money, I guess, because you think that there's going to be more money in it, the next time from cost savings and reducing costs maybe and leveraging. But that isn't happening with this company in their second builds, because all it's going to do is cost 30% more and maybe not even be a better theme. It might be a worse theme. Now, getting to the email that was kind of scary and odd, if you are a backer, you received this email from them that kind of might have made you feel good at first, but when I kind of looked into it and thought about this, I was like, this doesn't make me feel good at all. And in the beginning, they talk about thanking you and they're giving you warm fuzzies and everything's great. And we again did it in 2 minutes. It was the Kickstarter that we fully funded $100,000 in 2 minutes. But when you get to this one paragraph, it reads a little weird and it got me a little concerned. Let's take a look. The paragraph says, "For those of you concerned about our ability to ship the product, here is our promise to you." Well, right away, I'm thinking, hold on. Who said there was a concern about the ability to ship your product? I never thought there was a concern, but now that you're mentioning it and bringing it up, that people are concerned, now maybe I am feeling concerned. Here is our promise to you. We guarantee that all orders were shipped within 12 months of the campaign's close. Well, wait a second. Within 12 months? Originally, you promised this in November, which is 7 months from the campaign's close in April. Now you're telling me if all orders don't ship within 12 months, if we don't deliver, you may request a full refund. May request a full refund. Does that mean I'm going to get it, or can I just request it? And then we go on to say this isn't just a one-time project for us. We're building a brand and a product we stand behind 100%. Well, that's great. You're building a brand and a product that you can't make any money. I guess the people should thank you for selling it so inexpensively. But again, going back to the refund, back to the 12 months, now I'm a little worried that I'm not going to get my product by November, which I was originally promised. And here you go with on April 10th, you're getting charged, $850 or whatever that price is, maybe $900, plus shipping. You're at almost $1,000 anyway. You're getting charged that $900, $1,000. And now you have to wait until possibly first quarter, March of next year. I don't know. This is a little nerve-wracking to me. I'm not really sure I got any warm fuzzies from this email. And more so, it gave me more of a concern to be a little worried that I might not get my product. I do appreciate that they're going to say they're going to give us our money back, or we may ask for it. I hope they still have the money if they don't ship or somebody wants their money back. But again, no guarantees with Kickstarter. So it's not something that you're guaranteed to get your money back on. Hey, leave a comment. Tell me what you think. Are you a little worried? Is this email concerning? Or do you feel a little better that they're saying you can ask for your money back after 12 months? Thanks for watching The Rexer Show.